lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Welcome to Monday. This is Charles' Corner. Y'all got to bear with me for 1 second because I'm starting to feel it. Yeah, it's Charles' Corner. This is Monday. It is go time. See, I got everybody together. I put it out there to the world, to a lot of people, and this will be recorded, but I want people to understand we're talking about the money. You know I'm going to talk about the money like I always do. I'm going to talk about the funding piece of what we need. I'm going to start to go through steps because I get so many people that hit me up and ask me, hey, I want to start this restaurant. What do I do? How do I get the money? I want to start this barbershop. How do I get the money? I want to start this business. How do I get the money? So there's different ways we can get this funding. And I don't care who you are. If you have a business mindset, at some point in time, you're going to need money, period. There's no other way around it. You're going to need it. So I'm going to go through those steps. Just take your time. You don't have to write anything down. Like I said, it's going to be recorded. Those who want to get in touch with me afterwards, because I guarantee you're going to be hitting me up, CharlesMSpeaks@yahoo.com, or you can find me all over social media. Just look for me, Charles McCutchen, CharlesMcCutchen, or go to my website. You can find me there, charlesmccutchen.com. It's just information to me. I go through and I do a lot of research, y'all. I put a lot of time into my craft, into making sure that I'm understanding. That's the biggest part. I'm understanding what I need to do and how I need to get there. And so what I do is I do it, and then I give it to everybody else, give them steps and things like that, put stuff on YouTube, all over social media, so people can understand steps that we need to take. Is that all right? So God gave Adam 4 streams of which to drink from. God gave Adam 4 streams of which to drink from. Most of us are drinking from one stream when we have more that we have not been to yet. So everything, no matter where you are, is all on you. I'm going to tell you that right now. No matter where you are, it's all on you. We have to keep praying, but you have to get up and do something to get to that point that where you want to be. So faith without works is dead. We all know that, but a lot of us are not taking it for action and not really getting up and moving. We expect things to just come like, I don't know. We blame a lot of stuff on the devil, and the thing is, I see people blaming stuff on the devil, but it was their fault. You know, they went to the concert, spent the rent money on the concert, but they want to blame the devil now that their lights out. Come on, family. We can do so much, but I don't give the devil that much credit. I just don't do it. I don't give the devil that much credit. A lot of people want it so easy, and I say if you do it hard, you know, it's just gonna take time for you to get to that place. I don't know where it is you're going, but it's going to take time, and a lot of y'all going blindfolded. That's almost like me blindfolding you. Oh, you're doing it to yourself, really. You don't even need me, but I'll help you. I'm a blindfold and tell you to get from one side of the street to the other during rush hour in traffic. Now, wouldn't you want to take the blindfold off? That's all I'm saying. So you don't have to keep the blindfold on, but a lot of y'all want to keep it on and try to get across the street. After I spin you in circles and circles and circles and circles, now you're going to try to run across the street blindfolded in traffic during rush hour, family. It doesn't work that way. I'm telling you, there is a roadmap. 9.9 times out of 10, there's a roadmap to where you want to go, and because somebody else has already been there. Somebody's been there. But a lot of us are too, and I'm only telling y'all from my standpoint, a lot of us are too, we have too much ego edging God out. We have too much ego, and we don't want to rely on somebody else's information because we think we can do it better. I was that guy back in the day. I'm going to tell y'all straight up, I was that guy. I go to these seminars, and I wouldn't pay for a doggone thing because I knew I could do it better. They told me a little bit of information, and I went back scuffling, and it took me 3, 6, 9 months, a year to figure out what they tried to give me. They tried to give me information, but since it was a charge on there and there was some money on there, I was like, man, he want me to pay for a CD that's $40. He can go ahead with all that. I'm just going to figure it out. And that's what a lot of us are doing. And so a lot of us are stuck. And one of the biggest things we're stuck on is this funding piece. And I'm going to go over that and show you where the money is, how to get to the money. That's what it comes down to. So when you're thinking about business, anytime you're out there and you're thinking about business, one of the first things you have to put in your head or in that business plan, where is the money coming from, family? Everybody hit me up with all these great real estate deals. That's my first thing. Where's the money coming from? Not saying it has to come from you, but the money has to come from somewhere. You can't just magically do a deal without any transactions from money happening. That's not a deal. That's not legally a deal. So the money has to come from somewhere. So I'll put this together, and I'm really going to talk about a community. And this community that I've dreamt this up, family, and I've dreamt it up, and I put it on paper, and now I'm moving forward with it. But I was already doing it, but not on a big scale. And I said, well, hold on. If I can do it on this scale, what's going to stop me from doing it bigger and helping more people? So that's what I'm doing. It's going to be bigger. It's a community of people that invest with like minds and come together on a financial level for our mindset to say, okay, well, who has financial knowledge? And even if you don't have financial knowledge, my guarantee, I put money on this one, my guarantee is you're going to learn as you go. So not everybody wants to invest, and let me tell you how we invest. We invest in the 401k. We invest a little in the stock market. We invest, if you want to call it investing, in the bank account because we keep money in the bank, or in our savings, not making any money. This is our biggest fault that we have in our investments. We don't understand the cost of money. So if I would give you $50,000 at 0% interest for the next 6 months, where could you put that money to make it make more than 0%? I don't care if you made 2%. You're still winning. The goal is to make more than what you got the money for. So if you got the money at 9%, I'm going to need you to make 10 on that money. So there's not a lot of vehicles out there that's just, blatantly out there for us to take advantage of, but a lot of people want to keep it secret. Let me give y'all a quick example. So this lady, she had hit me up, and we going back and forth, and I put up an investment that I got into, and it's real estate. And I showed her a house, and I said, hey, we're a group of investors. We're coming together. And she didn't understand what I was talking about. She said, well, I don't need a house. I said, I didn't say you needed a house. I'm saying we're investing, and we're about to, go purchase this lot and get this property and make more on our money. And she was like, well, that's not something that I do. And I was like, if you don't mind me asking, what type of return are you making on your money? She said, that's secret. That's private. And I said, well, let me tell you like this. And that's where they want you to be. And I say they. I'm just going to say they. That's where they want you to be. Okay? They don't want you talking about money. They don't want us talking about investment. They don't want us talking about the cost of money or where we can get more funding. And so we're playing right along, following in line. It's a taboo subject when we speak money, period. It's taboo. We don't want to discuss it. We don't want to talk about investments. We don't want to talk about getting ahead. We don't want to talk about none of that. It's all taboo. And I say that to say it's time we got to break the chains. The only way to break the chains, first up for me, is the knowledge, the mindset, and the money. The knowledge, the mindset, and the money. Keep thinking about that. The knowledge, the mindset, and the money. That's the only way we're going to break the chain. So you can have people, and y'all heard of this before, all these people hit the doggone lotto. Millions. One lady had 20-plus million. Next thing you know, she broke. Why? Why is she broke with 20 million? Because her mindset is not there. She didn't get around the right people to show her how to grow that money by taking away from the money. So we don't understand the cost of money. So she was just spending money like water. And I'm pretty sure she had some new cousins and new friends and everything else. And when the money was gone, I guarantee they were gone. So we're building this community of people with like minds to get our financial knowledge up and the power of combining funds so we can grow our money and make more money. And I hope that's okay. And this is not to force anything on anybody. This is just information that's out there. So what we know right now, there's about $1.3 trillion that's sitting around, and I call it lazy money. It's in 401ks and money markets accounts. Some people don't know how that money market. Some. I'm gonna say some because I know people gonna go crazy over this. Some money markets accounts are just knocking people upside the head. Some 401ks are just knocking people upside the head, and we don't get it. We don't understand. A lot of us don't know where the money is going, but we're just doing it because that's what we were told. That's what I was told when I was in corporate. I just filled the box. It said recommended. I just checked that box, and they was taking money and putting it in my 401k. I don't know what it was doing. I really don't. But when I started getting the numbers, when I asked for the numbers, the breakdown, let's talk about the fees. When I broke down the fees, I helped to understand that I was really not making the money that I thought I was making in my 401k. And once that happened, I started doing the transition, and I had to move stuff around so I can get what I knew I needed. But I only got that help because somebody brought it to my attention. I didn't know anything about the prospectus or fees or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I know. Your fees can be like 3% in your 401k. So if you get 8.5% in your 401k and your fees are 3%, what would that take you down to? 5.5% on your money? So your money is going to be significantly lower than what you thought it was going to be. So I want everybody to understand where I'm coming from when I say this. We don't understand the cost of money. So the other piece of the puzzle, let's just say we have 500 people. Not saying I need 500 or want 500. That's a lot of people. But 500 people investing at $1,000, that's $500,000 of buying power. Now, let me stretch your minds a little bit. $500,000 of buying power. Now, I know most people don't even think about buying hotels. I just got a hotel a couple of weeks ago, across my desk, $5 million, right on the beach of Miami. $125 million, new build hotel on the beach. Boom. The thing is, you don't have to buy the whole hotel. What if you bought a few rooms? What if, people say, okay, well, I shoot for a hotel. I put up 5,000. So we lower that number of 500 people. Now we only have 200 people that's getting money from a hotel on a monthly basis. Because we may put up $5,000. We may put up $1,000. So my thing is, on a bigger scale, it's to me, it's less risk when you have more people that have that mindset. And a lot of people not going to do anything. And I'm totally okay with that because I've been doing this for years. I've been in real estate for years. It doesn't matter who does what. It's more about you. Don't worry about the next person. I hear people say, well, how many people are doing it? It's not about how many people. It's what do you want to do? How much money are you making on your money right now? What are you doing with yours? So I talk to friends and family and say, hey, this is what we need to do to come together and make it so. And I see other communities doing it. Other communities are doing it. And I'm going to let y'all in on this one. I got to tell about it. I wouldn't want to bring it up, but I have to tell about it. A lot of people call me up for real estate and call me up for deals and looking for stuff. And one lady called me up. She's out in California. She was Asian background, Asian culture. And she said, we have $100 million, with an M, $100 million. Charles, do you know of any investments out there? And I mean, $100 million is no punk. That is nothing. That's no punk right there. $100 million, and they have money to invest. And I just broke down and said, excuse me, miss. I mean, what did y'all do? How did y'all get this money? And she said, what we did is we came together. Everybody pulled their money together, and we started building it up. And I said, oh, my goodness. And now they have $100 million to do whatever it is they want to do to build, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to buy everything that's not moving and everything that's moving. How great is that to have money like that? But we have it. That's the thing. The money is there. We just spending it on concerts. We're not looking at tomorrow. We don't really care about tomorrow. We're looking at now. people going on vacations. That's $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, $2,000. People buying the clothes, expensive clothes, the jewelry, the everything. That's thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands. You know, it's just money. But a lot of people are not looking at the tomorrow. So my goal for my legacy is to be looking at tomorrow. So I'm doing everything right now that I need to do. So my legacies tomorrow will be much better than mine, and they won't have to start out on the ground floor. So most people start out on the ground floor. My great-grandfather, humble beginnings. Grandfather, humble beginnings. Father, humble beginnings. Me, humble beginnings. How many times do we pass that down, family? How many times? Now, give me some numbers. How many times are we going to pass it down? And if you a man listening to this right now, whoo, I'm not going to go too hard on y'all, but I am. It's up to you, family. My man, I'm going to tell you, man to man, it's up to you as a man to do your job, because we are supposed to be the secure ones, the security, provide security. I see a lot of back and forth on social media just from something that's so simple as who pays the bill on a dinner date, or who pays the light bill, or who pays the mortgage. And I'm going to tell y'all women straight up, if you have a man and he's going back and forth to you and being, to me, it's being petty and saying, well, you got to pay this bill or this bill. Money shouldn't be that big of a factor, because it's going to take you out of what the bigger thing is, coming together and building a legacy, you know, two people building a legacy together. So that back and forth on the money issue, that has to go. But it's all about us educating ourselves and getting the knowledge that we need to get. And the only way I truly believe that we can get there is together. There's an old African proverb, and I'm probably going to mess it up, and that's okay. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So if you want to go fast, go alone. A lot of people want to go fast, and they're going to get there, and it's going to be empty. That's a lot of emptiness. But if you want to go far, we have to lock arms, and we have to go together. That's the only way. And that's why I'm creating this community of people with like minds, and we're going to get in there, and we're going to see, it's already happening right now, just to let y'all know. The community is already built. It's already happening. We're already doing, I just came from, I was in Dallas, I was in Tennessee, I was in Michigan, visiting my mom, making sure she's okay. And the thing is, I got one-way tickets because I didn't know how long I would be in Dallas, looking over the real estate, how long I would be in Tennessee, doing some real estate stuff with them as well. And then in Michigan, I get one-way tickets because I don't have to ask for permission. That's what I want people to understand. And I just saw something. I'm telling y'all, this is the craziest thing ever. This lady, she just posted it on Facebook. She is going through it with her child. Her child is in the hospital, like CHKD type stuff. And when you go there, there's some stuff going on with you. They was going back and forth in text. And the manager was like, well, that's really not my problem about your child. Your focus should be on your job. That's what they told her. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So my thing is, we can work hard for these companies 10 years, 15 years, another 20 years. This lady says she worked 20 years and got laid off. The thing is, we have to work harder for ourselves, and the only way we can get there is together. So what I'm going to do, I'm about to bring up some things. When I talked about funding, I'm going to tell you just what I mean when I talk about funding and what we need to be doing as far as getting to the funding, because it's not going to be, it's not just no cakewalking. Nobody's just handing out money, family. It's not happening. And I know some people want it that way, but it's just not going to be like, hey, get this $1,000. If you want this $20,000, here you go. That's easy day. It's not, that's just not the case. It's truly not the case. And I just want people to have a better understanding. There's two types of money you're going to get, and I know it can be broken down in many other ways, but the two types of me are simple. There's money with your Social Security number and your credit score, two different types. And so down each of the different types, you have different ways you can get to the funding and get to the money. And I'm going to go over some of those ways in a second. So it's more about, you're looking at your industry. It's all about your industry. What is your industry? And, are they giving out money in your industry? What are you doing in that industry? So some of the different funding programs, one of them is an unsecured line of credit or a credit card. So, and for that one, you need like a 700 credit score for different lenders. Now, there's thousands of lenders, y'all. So, I couldn't tell you each one of them and what criteria they have, but I'm going in general for certain purposes. I'm going to go over some in general stuff. So you have an unsecured credit line, you have a credit card, you need at least a 700 credit score. But you can still get at a rate or APR, you know what that is, at 0% for like 18 months. How about that? 0% for 18 months. Now, if you have a business, there's a business revenue lending type of loan or money that you can receive. But you need consistent revenue in your business. It needs to be verified, and you need to make sure you have bank statements and no bankruptcies, and you can get that type of money. There's another one called a merchant advance. This is the business you bring in. Now, this is for those that have been out there for a while. I got one guy, he's about to get the merchant, and he makes over $100,000 a year in credit card sales, just in credit card sales. This is just merchant advance, to where they're going to fund you money. You have another one called accounts receivable financing. Accounts receivable financing, businesses must be open at least 1 year to qualify, and they're going to look at how much business you're bringing in. They're going to look at your accounts receivable side of things. So there's private equity. And so what they want for private equity is just like, to me, the real estate game, they want you to put up some money. They want you to have some skin in the game. 20% of the loan is acquired as collateral. In loan amounts, they go from like $150 to about $1 million, but you need a 650 FICO score. And don't get it twisted. Let me tell y'all something. So I know a lot of people with some money, like money, but their credit scores are not all that. So, I think because they just buy everything cash. They don't have their credit. They're not worried about their credit scores. And if I were you, I'm just going to tell you from my position, I wouldn't worry about a credit score either. I know you need it to buy a house, buy a car, but I show people how to get into a house without a credit score. It is what it is. Life goes on. You're getting in there and you're just buying it later. But I'm not saying not to work on your credit score, but don't not go to sleep at night thinking about my credit is a 600, a 530, a 400. It is what it is. Credit can go up. You can go up in credit 50 points in a day. So, a lot of people say, well, I wouldn't date anybody with a 500 credit score. And I get it, but credit can change. How is that person as a person? Are they good people? Why don't we take good people into account? One thing a credit score is going to just tell you, it's going to give you a snapshot. That's what it's going to do. It's going to provide you a little bit of information. Now, with that information, you still will need amplifying information because they had a car repossessed. Now, let's go deeper and say, well, how did they get the car repossessed? Did they just say, okay, I'm not paying any bills, I'm done? Or did somebody help them out? It happens. Or did, something happen to their a significant other to where they had to take the money and pay for medical and they had to let the bills lapse? So there's different reasons of why credit is not where it needs to be, and that's okay. Retirement account financing as well. A lot of us don't tap into it, where we use our 401ks or our IRAs. And I'll speak on that in a second. You can use your 401k or IRA. Then there's a book of business financing. Now, this is only available, and I know a lot of insurance agents out there, only available to insurance agents, and they can borrow 1.5 times their annual income. And that's like a loan for like 3 to 10 years. But the FICO score needs to be a 620. And then, this is my favorite, true business credit. That's getting funded without your Social Security number, without using a credit score. And that's all that is vendors like Walmart, Sam's Club, Target. They're sending information on behalf of your company to Dun & Bradstreet, Business Equifax, Business Experience. Vendors are sending information on behalf of your company so that lenders can determine if you're lendable. Can they bank on you? And if those type of companies like Walmart say you're good, you got Quill, it's another company out there. They say you're good. Target say you're good. Some of the same stuff, this is the crazy part, some of the same stuff that we buy in at home, from toilet paper to cleaning supplies to brooms to mops, those are the same things that can go on your business credit as a check in the box so you can get that business credit profile built. A lot of people don't understand that piece. So There's true business credit, and I always have to separate it because a lot of people get it twisted. So there's true business credit where you don't have to, you can get funded without a personal guarantee, without a Social Security number, without a credit score, and then there's business credit. So as along this journey, I became a lender, and people still try to tell me what I'm supposed to do. But as a lender, I know that there's business credit and I know there's true business credit. And the difference is business credit, they're going to ask all that stuff I just named before, credit scores, some type of collateral, your Social Security number. That's all a form of business credit, okay? And especially if you do the 401k or the IRA and you're putting your money up, you're putting yourself at risk. So I ask people this, self at risk or not? And I'll tell you right now, all day, every day, twice on Sunday, I do not, if I don't have to, put myself at risk. Why? And that's what we do as business owners. We go out there, we use our last savings, and we know the number one reason for divorce, probably 1 and 2, is money, and then it's money. So we put ourselves at risk and our families at risk because we go out there and we hope that this business is going to grow. We lose the money, and now we're in a little bit of financial stress, and strain comes on the family, and then the arguing happens, and the bills start getting paid, and we start getting in collections, and all that happens, and our scores get lowered, and we can't get a house or car, and it just starts a whole mess of stuff. And we didn't really have to get into that only because we put ourselves at risk, and we put ourselves at risk from being sued. So if you get sued, do you think they're coming after just one thing or everything? I promise you they're coming after everything. Please believe that one. They're coming after everything you own. So my thing, I'm going around the country, different places, I'm telling people, hey, we need to start looking to get funded to where we're not putting ourselves at risk. Biggest reason why I'm doing this community. Let me give y'all this one. This is the heavy hitter right here. And I'm going to use small numbers. So let's go with just 20 people because I'm already doing that now. Just 20 people get funded for $100,000. Now, we all have our own businesses. So you run your business the way you run your business. It is what it is. So let's say out of your business, you spend $40,000, maybe let's even go up to $50,000, okay? You spend $50,000, you have $50,000 left. Out of 20 people, $50,000 left, we pool our assets. Well, not really pooling our assets. We can call it crowdfunding, for lack of a better word. We'll crowdfund, and now we have $1 million in assets and money, and hardcore money that we can go out and buy some assisted living facilities, a hotel, to a hotel chain, residential. We can buy lots. We can build single-family homes. We can build multiplexes. We can build strip malls. We can build schools. We can build churches with that money. I'm telling y'all, there's no shortage of ideas of where we can go with that. Medicinal marijuana, however you want to call it, medical marijuana. That's a booming industry right there. We can get into the gas. We can get into the oil. We can get into restaurants. There's nothing that can stop people as a community coming together. And guess who's about to bring it to you? Charles McCutchen. I'm that guy. I talk about it, but I do it first. I do it first. Then I talk about it and start introducing it to people and letting everybody know, hey, this is about to go down. And a lot of people's going to watch it happen. And if you're one of those that like to watch, I say sit back and watch me work because I'm that guy. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't play games. I don't just like to talk to be talking. I like to talk and I make moves, period. Care what I have to do to get it done, but it's going to get done, and then people are going to marvel in it. And that's what they're doing now. I just went down to Dallas, like I said, and showed all these different houses and showed one we was working on and the investment's coming out. And people was like, man, I wish I would. You told me about that too. I said, yeah, I did 6 months ago. I told you. And let me give you the reason why it happened the way it happened. So they said, you told me about that. The person that I told, they didn't understand a 30% return on their money. They didn't understand the cost of their money, okay? So a 30% return on their money was something they just couldn't fathom. They was like, I don't get it. They was talking about they want more, but my thing is this. I always go back to this. Where is your money right now and how much is it making? And the person told me, well, the money is in the bank. And I said, so you're making 0.5%. and you're telling me you want more than 30%, why are you not doing it now? Does it make sense? I don't force anybody to do anything. I just enlighten people because that's what God gave me. He gave me the power to enlighten and to help people, only those that want to be helped, and that's okay. So I said, this is what I'm going to do. How about you watch it as it happens? And in 6 months, let me know what you have in your bank account from that money that we were going to invest, and I'll tell you the 30% that we made and how much you could have had. So the 6 months is up now. And that's just how the ball bounces. So I work with a lot of professionals in the real estate industry. I've been in the real estate industry before the bubble burst. I've done residential deals, building, commercial. It doesn't matter. It's all real estate to me. And real estate to me is wholesaling, rehabbing, wraparound mortgages, lease options, subject tos. That's real estate as a whole. And a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people say, I'm a flipper or I'm a wholesaler. And that's not real estate. You know, there's no real guru to real estate. It's just getting out there and physically doing what we need to do to make it happen. But if you follow me on social media, I'm definitely going to be posting this, and I'm going to do a soft launch probably in a couple of days for people who want to be in the community. And this community is going to be very dynamic, and I have to cut it off because I can't take everybody on. So I'm only going to take on, what I need to take on as we get closer to the date of the launch. I have people that's already trying to hold spots, and I said, I'm not holding those spots. It is what it is. Either you will or you won't, and that's okay, or you may have to come later, and that's okay as well. And later, maybe every 6 months, I may open it up, depending on how we're doing in our in investments and stuff like that. But this is it's pretty amazing of what's about to happen, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I didn't want to give everything right now, but I do want to share that with people so they'll know that it's coming. I'm Charles McCutchen. I'm that guy. I'm hungry. I'm creating this community. I have people that are experts right now in the community that are helping me to, move this thing forward, and we have some connections. So I'll just keep it light. I'm going to keep it light. To get in touch with me, let me know if even considering it, no big deal. Charles M. Speaks at yahoo.com, CHARLES, the letter M as in Mike. Speaks is SPEAKS at yahoo.com. And I want to thank Ms. Kimmy Robinson for bringing me up here every Monday. She's very, 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 she's on point. She's on point. I give her props for that. Thank you for keeping me on my toes, because when I get to teach it, that means I understand it, and I just love that. I really do. I truly appreciate you. So I do want to say, this is Elation Radio. For those that are, you can actually get with her, Kimmy Robinson, Elation Radio. Just look up online and, get all the information, because she has so many dynamic people, comes on all the time. I'm talking about, she'd be on there at midnight. I'd be like, good gracious, y'all getting it in. I'd be thinking I'd be the only person up, but that's not the case at all. So this is called Charles's Corner, and I'm going to pray us out. Father God, thank you for allowing me to come on here and give everything that I have, my heart and soul, to help the people. The goal is to continue to help, and with you, as I keep praying and keep working, you keep telling me what I need to do, and I'm just going to take care of it and make it happen. In your name I pray. Amen. Y'all take it easy. I'm your favorite entrepreneur.
For his life, 'cause he came and he paid the price.
never called you. So many adventures like Huckleberry and some soldier. Holly, if you with me, it's more than like the million ballers. Yeah, I say it's more than a metaphor. That's why I gave it up. That's why I'm living for. But it's obvious that nonsense can stop us quick. Like lifting heavy objects without the oxygen. How you contradicting your faith, losing your confidence. But I put my faith in the air. I am an optimist. Yeah, the air of all things. Jesus Christ reign. Yeah, my God is so supreme. I daydream of a day that the mainstream can all get a glimpse to the king. I gave it up for. I'm giving all I got for. Do, gotta do it for. This is real life, more than a metaphor. You spoke a parable, just so you can let it know. Yeah, although that we think we can't be doing it, Jesus spoke fluently. Sell all your jewelry, so I'ma give it all I got for. It's more than a metaphor.